Welcome back to I Bet You Think This Podcast Is About You. This is Ass and Linda. Say hi, Linda.
Hey, hey.
And we are here with episode 16, I believe. Why Can't We Be Friends? So, unlike other earlier episodes when we have the misfortune of recording in the morning, it is Friday afternoon.
Woohoo, we made it.
And we have drinks in hand, and the weather sucks, so this is a perfect place to be. And we've welcomed back, unveiled now, wish there was a drum roll to play, Deep Throat.
Hello, how are you?
He still sounds like Deep Throat.
Right?
All right. So the topic of today is whether men and women can really be friends. So before we do that, because, just get your little mind working about that one, we're going to do our warm-ups. We're going to do our daily high-low, and I'm going to make Linda go first.
Classic. I knew it. Always.
You get mad if you're not first.
So I decided early on today that I was going to stick with more of the superficial lows because, I could get into some bigger things going on in my life, but that's depressing, right? So my most superficial low of the day are my fucking fingernails. Look at my fingernails.
Oh.
Those are a mess.
Now, you guys listening can't see my fingernails, so I'll explain to you that about 3 weeks ago, I had to go to an event where I dressed up, and I was talked into getting my nails done. Now, I don't usually do this. I'll cut my nails, file my nails, keep them clean, but I don't go get manicures with fingernail polish.
It looked hot, though. I saw when it was done.
It looked good right away
in
the beginning, but they used shellac fingernail polish, which I knew nothing about.
That's the worst.
And they were saying, it won't chip. Yeah, no shit, it won't chip.
Yeah,
like a
your
month
damn
later,
nail
and I
off.
can't get it off at all.
Don't ever get the powder, though. The powder is even worse.
Ugh. So I bought fingernail polish remover. I'm trying to get it off. Nothing. So
You're
now I'm
going to
trying
die with that on your fingernails.
Now I'm
hopefully
chipping
they
it
grow.
off. I got one.
I guess that's an
one.
option as well.
She's got the right
My
middle
middle
finger.
finger.
Just for you, Deep Throat.
Yeah, has no fingernail polish.
Loud and clear.
Also, it's ruining my nails. And I realized I could go back into the nail salon and
Does
pay
that finger
$20.
get more friction than any of your other fingers?
There. I don't know. I just finally got it off today.
Can't be a coincidence.
So,
Are you right-handed?
Yes. It's
There
fucking
you go.
bullshit. So I will never be getting shellac again.
Don't get the shellac, no.
What a low.
Okay, what's your high?
My high is that I took a yoga class at noon today. And it was lovely. I was kind of able to relax and work out, and I sweat a lot, and I just felt good afterward. So I gave myself that hour. It felt good.
I took a yoga class at noon as well.
You did?
Well, 12:15.
Were you guys at the same one?
Well, no,
How weird would that be?
it was dark in there, so maybe I just didn't see it.
I looked for you.
It wasn't.
No.
Oh, okay.
Different studios. Okay. Fair.
Okay.
All right.
So go ahead. I'm going to make you go now, Deep Throat.
Okay. My high is work-related.
Okay.
I am an electrician,
Uh-huh.
and I've been working on a fairly big project, and we just powered up the first floor. Well, it's actually the 5th floor, but the first floor to be powered up. And so I got to see lights come on and equipment start to work.
It's
And
kind of like God.
That's so manly. Let there be light. Did you say let there be light?
it was said many times as I went through and fired up individual units, yes. But it's rewarding. It's like one of the more rewarding parts of my job. So
Nice.
yeah, I was looking forward to that. And I made sure to leave them on all weekend.
Oh,
So let the neighborhood know we've been up to something,
Yeah. Yeah. Have
So
you ever been electrocuted? Is that one of the downsides of your job?
about once a month.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Never knew.
I had no idea.
It's better than coffee first thing in the morning.
Huh.
I mean, are you talking like a little zap or like thrown across the floor?
Oh, I've never been thrown across the floor.
I've seen
I've
it.
just been zapped.
Uh-huh.
I've gotten it to the point where I could taste the fillings in my teeth. Before.
Really?
I'm not sure what happens chemically or molecularly to make that happen, but it's a
Holy
thing.
shit. You're either going to die really young or live forever.
Yeah.
I don't know which one.
Right? Cures cancer, turns out.
Just see if I can outlast that nail polish. That's the real question.
Okay, so that's a good high. What's your low?
The low. I am in a 4-day battle with our washing machine.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Maybe you had the wrong person help you install it.
Inside jokes are good on podcasts. Yeah, you might not be wrong though. And I don't know. It just like grenade, like was making a horrible noise. It was like kind of later on in the evening. And we're like, I'm sure it's fine.
Somebody put a shoe in there.
Yeah, you can't. We can't go down there tomorrow and see like parts of it inside out, right? But we had, and I don't know if I'm stubborn or what, but I wanted to fix it myself, so ordered the parts online. Well, the first day I removed the broken parts, waited a day for shipping for the new parts. New parts came halfway through the repairs last night. I found out that I needed a tool to complete the task.
A special tool.
A certain very special tool, one that I found cannot be found at local hardware stores.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I might have an
Amazon
inside
Prime.
hookup for you.
Oh, really?
We'll talk off podcast.
I can't wait.
It's good. I know tool people.
Nice.
It's not even a joke. I really do.
I know tools.
Oh, good.
It's almost the same thing.
So that's your low.
That was a really shitty joke. I think that's my new low. I know
Shitty
tools.
joke. That's true. All right. So my daily high, my high today, which sounds like a low initially, but it is a high. And I told Linda about this a little bit earlier before we actually started recording, so it's not news to her. But I spent about 30 minutes on the phone this morning with a teacher in a public school over whether the word queef is a swear word.
I thought you said this was your low.
This is my high. Okay.
Oh, it is your high. I apologize.
I should be my low because I talked to a teacher about my child's behavior, but it's really a high because the dead silence I got on the other end of the line when I was like, is it a swear word? Because I don't think it is. Is fart a swear word? Well, no. Well, okay. Well, does the point of where the air comes out indicative of whether it's a curse word or not? And
I think it's a tell, right?
Right? I mean, like, that's just sexist.
Right.
If fart is not a swear word, then queef is not a swear word. And if my child calls her classmate a dumb queef when he's being a dumb queef, then that is...
Well, that's the real question.
That right? I'm like, that was funny. That cracked me up. So the only thing I'm mad about it is that I wasn't there to hear my child say that because that
So what was the final determination?
Well, actually, the final determination was, I understand and she's not in trouble. However, I think she may be using terminology that she doesn't fully understand. And I said, no, she knows what that means. She definitely knows what queef means.
Girl.
That's right. I was like, you want to call me again about something else? Go right ahead. And my low today is how late our podcast guest was at getting to the studio.
Oh,
I'm just
sick
kidding.
burn.
Or should I be like the text he accidentally sent me?
Do share.
Do you want me to share?
I don't see why not.
I didn't even
Now,
know.
it should be noted that it was not supposed to go to you and Linda. It was supposed to just land in Linda's phone.
I know, but it was a group text.
It was, unbeknownst to me.
I don't even know if this was a low. This might be a high. Because I was the first one to respond.
Yeah, you were.
And I think, what did you say again? I'm going to make you say it.
Well, there was a time crunch with me leaving work and coming here, and I wanted to go home and quickly bathe, which I have a nickname for. Long story short, I texted, if I leave at 2:30, do I have time to go home and put my dick in the sink before we record?
And I was like, sure. Put your dick wherever you want.
Yeah. And I appreciated that.
And you're like, oh my God, this wasn't it for you.
Yeah. And then Linda's contribution was that I spelled your name wrong.
Oh, what?
So that was cool.
I don't like it when my name is spelled wrong. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But I didn't even notice that. I was so distracted by the dick in the sink.
Yeah, well, it commands your attention.
Nothing surprises me and nothing phases me. It's all good.
I know. You hang out with people that can't imagine it would phase you. Yeah. So, all right. So today's topic is, now that we're all warmed up, can men and women be friends? So I'm going to pull the studio, which is just the three of us. Unless I knock on that window, there's still a couple more people.
We shouldn't have a tie then.
All right. So go ahead, Linda. Can men and women be friends?
I believe men and women can truly, really just be friends.
Are there any qualifications to that? Like, can they be friends if they didn't date before? Or can they be friends if one of them is homosexual? Right? Or are you just carte blanche saying men and women in general can always be friends?
I think they can. It doesn't always work, but I think it can work.
But I think whether or not it works is what we're trying to get to the bottom of.
Right.
Not for everyone.
We're talking about in practice, not in theory. In theory, everyone agrees with you. But in practice, in practice, everyday
This
practice.
would be a very short show otherwise.
It can.
Yeah, I agree.
It can happen.
Okay. Have you ever had a male exclusive friend that was just a friend?
Yes, I believe so.
Just a friend.
At least on my end.
Give me his number. We're going to call him and make him be on the podcast right now and ask him if he ever wanted to bang you.
Good question.
Right? What's his name? Just kidding.
I almost said it. I was like, crap.
How many of these, I'm going to do air quotes, friends have you had?
Hey, I mean, way back from like middle school, high school, like the majority of my friends were dudes. Like,
Do you suspect that any of them did not want to have sex with you?
I don't think they did.
Oh, you're so...
This is
I don't
why
wanna
we have to
reveal my
have the show.
position. I know, this is
This is
interesting.
why we have the discussion.
Well, okay. Do you acknowledge that there were at least a portion of them who would have, for lack of a better term, thrown it in whenever you invited them to do it?
I suppose so. Because also being teenage boys, they want that opportunity.
Yeah, men don't grow out of that.
Right. Anyway.
I still think it can happen.
And
it doesn't mean it doesn't get messy sometimes.
And you've had these so-called man friends.
I believe so.
Okay.
Or they were just total pussies that for years wouldn't tell me that they wanted to sleep with me or were interested in me or thought I was pretty or whatever else. Like, then that's totally on them. And then I would still consider it a win. Yes, we're just friends because this person would never, ever truly do anything to make it more than that. So
yeah, arguably that'd be good for the friendship if that sort of thing wasn't brought up.
Right.
But then the question becomes, is this a quality friendship? And I'm sure it can be quality, but...
You're getting ahead of us in this.
Yeah, okay, so what's your vote then?
I heard about this today, to be fair.
I clearly understand your point of view now already. What is it? What's your vote? Can men and women ever be friends? Just friends?
I don't know.
You can't just count out like that.
That was for humor.
Maybe.
I think there's a lot to examine for sure. There's no simple answer. I think I would like to live in a world where they could, but I think that it's probably fairly rare. And I think there's...
And what do you think is not rare? Do you think it's the rare portion is that there's a male human being a heterosexual male human being that has a female friend that doesn't want to have sex with her? Is that what you're saying is rare?
Yeah, I would certainly say...
Or do you think it goes both ways, that women want to have sex with all the dudes that are around?
I'm sure it goes both ways, but I think the majority of the time where it goes south, that responsibility lies squarely with the man.
Uh-huh.
I think they have a harder time shutting off that sort of, drive.
Why do you think that is? Now we're going to start talking about culture.
Because, I think it's more than that.
He's going to play the biology card.
Mm-hmm.
Look, reproduction is a primal goal of every species.
Spread your seed.
Yeah. Yep, it sure is. And I think a lot of the complexities of the subject start there.
Uh-huh.
And end there.
So I don't know your answer yet. In practice, in your life experience, can men and women be friends?
Yes, they can. However,
I feel you're hedging. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, well, you do. If you're going to accept the fact that a lot of times men are more likely to be friends with women they're attracted to, if you're willing to accept that notion, then you also have to examine what that friendship really is and what it means.
Mm-hmm.
Like, an attractive woman is going to have a lot easier time getting somebody to move her couch than an unattractive woman. It's sad. It's sad. It's fucked. I know, but that's really what. I mean, that's.
She better have some brothers and cousins.
Poor thing. I mean, that was extreme, and I do apologize sincerely if that sounded chauvinistic.
No, not at all. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know. That it was basically the crux of my little caveat to that, I suppose.
Okay,
we'll unpack this further.
We are going to. This is like couples therapy. I'm the therapist, but I'm not a therapist, and I should mention.
No, S. What's your answer?
We are not therapists, and we don't diagnose anybody.
Wait a minute. I thought you guys were professional.
We are professional
healthcare.
Oh,
or mental health.
Did you think we were professional mental health professionals?
I was hoping. I have a lot to talk about.
I wish I was. No, I don't actually. I am not. And neither is Linda. And neither are you because you're an electrician. You just revealed that. So I am actually going to say, and now I realize, because I've discussed this on the podcast before, that I am jaded as fuck, okay? I think no. I think that if you were talking about the heterosexual population, if you're talking about heterosexual men and heterosexual women and whether they... you were warned about not having your ringer
That's an
on,
alarm.
Deep Throat.
That goes past and do not disturb. I apologize. This is when I'm supposed to be leaving work.
You have an alarm to tell you when to leave work?
Yeah, I get wrapped up.
That's awesome. That's so cute.
Isn't it adorable now?
And it rings through even when you're on Do Not Disturb, like an Amber Alert.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, it cuts through.
It's really time to go. Okay. I'm going to go
I've been burned before, S. Not again.
You were there. It was 5:15. You're like, shit.
Yeah.
All right. So, no, in my jaded view, I do not believe that heterosexual men and heterosexual women can actually be friends. And this is going to sound really bitchy of me, but it's not meant to be. The reason is because men are not capable. A lot of it comes down to me actually maybe being a little bit more picky about what a friend is. So when I think of friends, I think of, my relationship with Linda and my relationship with Em and my relationship with all my female friends. And it is much deeper than my relationship with any of the guys that I hang out with. And I do hang out with guys, and I don't think they want to have sex with me, but are they my friends? I mean,
so you don't really say that you have different levels of friendships?
I guess. I mean, the guys that I hang out with fall into one of three categories. They are gay and therefore just like my girlfriends, right? I mean, those people, they're not trying to sleep with me. They're just like any of my female friends. They're my colleagues, and I hang a lot. I have no choice but to hang out with men that I work with because I work almost completely with men, and they're fun. They're nice to me. We get along great. I spend more time with them than I do with like my own kids on most days. We hang out, we have cocktails. Are they my friends? No. If I was having a bad day, would I sit at like the bar with my male colleagues and have a glass of wine and cry that my day was so terrible? They would be like, oh my God, what's wrong with you? Right? They're not my friends. And then the other guys that I hang out with are the significant others of my female friends. And yeah, I consider them friends, but sort of friends by proxy. Like you're a friend because I'm friends with your woman.
A different level.
Yeah. Not because I have an independent friendship with them. Outside of that, I mean, when I've been around the block a few times, and every time I thought I had a male friend, I found out eventually that he was my friend because he wanted to have sex with me. Or always had it in the back of his mind, it would have jumped on the opportunity at any point in time.
So do you suppose then, is it possible for a woman to have a heterosexual male friend that probably does want to, but would never act on it?
Oh, yeah. I think that's what they all are. So, we see a ton of platonic male-female friendships. I think that's what they all are. I think it's those guys saying, don't look at her tits. Don't look at her tits. Don't pretend like you don't want to sleep with her. Right? I mean, that's what they're doing.
It's not a constant dialogue.
Okay. You know what? I actually had this conversation very recently with my assistant, but it's the difference between a woman walking into a room full of men and a man walking into a room full of women. So if you're a dude, you go to an event, it's like, I don't know, bridal gown convention, and it's all chicks, right? And you walk into the room, what's the first thing in your head, right? As most heterosexual men is, where are all the hot chicks? Oh my God, they're all hot. Where could I put my dick if I really wanted to? I know that's crass, but you know what I mean? Women.
I know what you're driving at, yeah.
Right. So as a woman who, if a woman walks into a room full of men, which I have actually done in my life a few times, the first thought in my head isn't, where's all the hot guys and where can I find a nice dick? Like my first thought is, oh shit, I'm going to get pawed. People are going to touch me. And
approach you.
And where is where is the gay man? Where is the one other woman in the room? I need to find that person right now. So
yep, we're different.
It's different, right? So, when guys go into a situation, they're like, what's in it for me? Not what's in it for me, but where are all the women? Where are all of my sources of sexual energy, whereas women are like, oh God, this is dangerous, right?
I think it's fair to point out also that this is likely not as pronounced as you're making it sound.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot more subtlety to it, I'd imagine.
Of course.
And
I've never actually been in a room with a bunch of chicks where a guy's like, we're going to bump a dick.
Or in the head of a man.
Right. But it's in there in his head somewhere.
And we could probably further your point by examining the rooms.
Uh-huh. Right.
When you're all those men and that woman walks in. Because I, as we pointed out, am an electrician, so I spend most of my days on a construction site. And when a woman does walk onto a construction site, it's rare when it does, like production halts. Like I can't get any of my guys to do shit.
My father worked construction his entire life. He would never allow me to come to his work site. I wasn't allowed. And by the way, he would give my brother like jobs, like summer jobs, and pay him a ton of money. And I'm like, I want to do that. And he's like, oh, no. And it was weird because my dad was actually like, you can do anything. Don't let anyone hold you back. He was a feminist, but he's like, you're not coming to the construction site. And I'm like, okay.
It's not a popular notion, but that he was doing the right thing.
He was trying to be, he's my father. So then, my brother now is in the same line of work, and who gives a shit? He doesn't tell me what to do. And I show up at his work site, and I'm like, oh, this is why you're right, Dad. This is why Dad never wanted me to show up when I was 17.
And it's not that they're bad people, but the fact that they have been cooped up with nothing but men for 8 hours plus a day.
Yeah, what do you think a male prison is like? Let's talk about that for a minute.
We can get to that.
These people go home to their girlfriends and their wives.
See, this is the difference between men and women. That can be a long time for a man.
Oh my God.
I know that sounds laughable.
8 hours, 9 hours, you got it.
Now, listen, I'm not justifying any inappropriate behavior because of this.
What I hear you saying is that Linda should be sending you naked selfies every 3 to 4 hours.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
Right?
In a perfect world, sure.
There are many times where I'm like driving, I'm running errands, I'm between jobs, like whatever during the day, and he's just like, send me a pic. No, he's not saying a crude pic. He's not saying a nude pic. Like butt or anything.
But he wouldn't be mad at it, right?
No.
If it was.
Like,
no, of course not.
Driving.
But the point is,
see ya.
Yeah, it's like seeing your face throughout the day. And that is...
that's nice.
That's so damn adorable. Really?
Okay, look. I'm not trying to be adorable, but that is because I miss you. And that is tied into how men miss women. And
it's visual.
Yeah, we're very visual creatures. We know that. And so that's similar. So when I pointed out that can be a long time for a dude to go without seeing a woman, that's similar.
Well, then let's go back to defining friendship really quick.
Yeah, because
you mentioned that there's different levels.
This is boiled down to,
or tiers of friendship.
Right.
So,
like
she claimed that she had only friends that were girls because no men would qualify. Yeah,
in her inner circle. Then
in my inner circle, no, that's actually not true. I have a male friend who's gay, who is right up there with all my female friends, and these are the people that no matter what happens to me, I'll tell them anything. If I'm having a bad day, I'll tell them I'm having a bad day. Something goes crazy wrong with my vagina, I'll tell them that. Like, they're my best friends.
How is that these days anyway?
It's doing great.
Talk about it.
It's doing real good.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. Now we're friends.
We are friends. It's doing great.
See?
It's possible, but that's because you're with Linda.
That is something to examine too. Maybe we can just all circle back to the what kind of relationship you're in and how happy you are in it.
Right.
Can affect your ability to have a friendship with the opposite sex.
Because there ain't nothing that fucks up a female friendship more than your man banging your girlfriend. That's the worst. See, that is like the height. That is I don't even know how I would segue into this, but
your girlfriend begging your man.
Right. I don't know if that ever happened to me, what I would be more upset by. The guy or her, and probably her, because I expect more out of my female friends than I ever expect out of a guy.
I would think the same.
That would, for me, and I don't know if you're asking my opinion, but that would depend on me I would have to examine like how far into that relationship I was. how serious things were.
Yeah. If it was just like 2 weeks, it'd be okay if your buddy.
I wouldn't say that it'd be okay, but it'd be different if I was married to her.
Oh, yeah, that'd be way different.
Yeah.
So,
I get it.
Now, before we started recording, you and I were talking about the movie When Harry Met Sally.
Oh, my God,
Rob
yes.
Reiner film back from 1989.
Oh, yeah.
Great movie.
Brilliant.
My favorite movie. And they talk
is?
about this, and 2 or 3 different times throughout the movie. Billy Crystal's character, Harry, is talking about whether or not men and women can really be friends, and he says no. And at first she thinks, yes, of course, I've had these men friends in my life, and it's been completely platonic. And he's like, no, you don't, because they all want to have sex with you. And so they're arguing about this throughout the years, because there's 5 years in between them meeting again for the second time, and it comes back up. And the second time they meet, Harry tells Sally there's an amendment to the rule.
Yeah.
Men and women can really be friends if they are both in relationships, because then the pressure's off for the two of them to have anything more than just a friendship.
No way.
And then he changes his mind right away and he goes, never mind,
He talks
that
himself
won't
out
work.
of it quite.
Yep. Because the people in the relationship will wonder why you need to be friends with somebody of the opposite sex outside of the relationship. So it comes back to him saying no.
I actually think just for lack of a better term, a married man and a married woman who are not married to one another, that is the hardest friendship to endure.
There's a lot to navigate.
There's all sorts of sexual needs not being fulfilled. There's all sorts of, like, especially if you're married, like, oh my God, this is the last person I'm ever going to sleep with for the rest of my life. Like, you have all of that angst now because long-term or permanent relationships create all this angst.
You're definitely not jaded. I think you're wrong.
You know I am.
I know. I tease you.
Am I wrong? Come on. You get married all the time. You do.
Like Ross on Friends.
Deep Throat loves getting married.
I hate you so bad. Well,
and
there's
and
pros.
by the way, you're not still married, so it couldn't have been that great.
Well, we both know that it wasn't. There's pros and cons, sure, to marriage. And I think that those that have waded through the cons, it yields fruit for a lot of people.
Sure.
So, if that's one of the
Joint
cons that
tax
you're
returns.
willing to.
Optical coverage. What else is there? I mean,
that's not a serious question.
That is my actual serious question.
Healthcare is important.
Healthcare. What else do you need to actually what else does it do for you? Like,
I know
life
this is a rather
right?
feminist podcast, so this will be controversial.
No,
but
I love it.
You bitches are tripping.
Okay, now see, we're gonna have just a little tangent here because I really want to know.
Why is the man in the room the only one that's romantic?
You think wait. You think marriage is romantic?
I think it should be.
Well, I agree. It should be, but is it?
At times, yeah.
Like what? At the wedding? Right? Or the
No,
honeymoon?
it's not going to be anything huge and big and monumental, but there's little things that happen that are very romantic, and if you're
that can only happen
woke
if you're
enough
married.
to see them at the time of them happening and really enjoy them, they're the sort of things that can get you through the shittier times.
Deep Throat's mad at me.
I know, right?
Not even you right now, Linda.
So, okay. Right now.
To be clear, I'm not angry with anyone. I love you both.
We have been in a relationship for however long it's been.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know.
Yeah, a proper
years.
woman would know that.
A proper woman. You would know how long.
Do you think that if we actually got married, legal married, that our relationship would get better from where it is right now? Would it become deeper? Would it
yes,
become...
and here's why. Because more time would pass with us being in this relationship. And I like to think that all we've learned before this, we'd be able to apply to this relationship and in this scenario, this marriage. And I think it would get better.
Are you proposing on the podcast right now? Get done with me, Deep Throat.
No, I only plan to keep growing and changing with
Well, time will keep moving forward whether you're married or not.
Exactly. Anyway,
What is
this podcast about right now?
I think it's too much of a tangent.
Do you like to wear a nice tux? Is that what you're saying?
What's your question to me?
Do you like to wear a tux?
You're going to have to go get your beard trimmed if we get married.
Yeah. Let's just try to make this as unattractive to me as possible. Is that the game? Is that what we're playing right now?
Oh, you're not wearing a tux? Okay.
I'm not getting married if you're not wearing a tux.
Oh,
I look like a lumberjack in a bad dream wearing a tux.
I want to be a bridesmaid and I want my dress to be slutty. It's your second marriage. It's fine, Linda.
Super slutty.
I know. Okay. So back to the actual topic though. Like, I think one of the reasons why there's a fundamental disagreement about this is because women see friendship is something different than men do.
Agreed.
Men are like, yeah, Mike is my friend. We sit around and eat your balls and watch college football together on Saturday afternoon, and we're friends. That is not a friend to me.
Oh, is
right?
that what men think friendship is?
Oh, maybe.
What are you basing this on?
Life experience. They don't all do that?
No.
Say no. Thank God.
What, when you sit around and listen to Tool albums together?
Oh.
While itching your balls?
Let me just point out. Let me just point out that this would be unacceptable if there were two men talking this sort of shit about women.
Oh my God, that's my life. You're talking about my life.
And is it acceptable? Do you enjoy it? Do you think it's fair or just?
Yes, it is acceptable. It is my life every day. And if I thought it wasn't unacceptable, or if I thought it was unacceptable, my life would be miserable. So look, I think men and women can be friends. The woman for sure can be friends. The guy, I think he always has in the back of his head that this woman is one of maybe a million backup plans. And he's always running the backup plan, And this goes to what our divorce bitches said. Remember when we had them on the podcast? Mm-hmm. And they said, men never leave unless they have a backup plan, unless they have someone else on the side. So every guy who's your buddy, just remember, he's running the numbers in his head. And if his current relationship doesn't work out, you're one of 2 or 17 backup plans in his head. Trust me. Because guys are really bad at creating those underlying relationships. They don't want to go from square one again. They don't want to go on Tinder and find some strange woman.
I think you're painting with very broad strokes.
Oh, of course I am. This is a podcast.
Well, you know what? I'm
not talking about you, Deep.
I strike that because I was kind of going over some of the possible conversations that we're going to have today. Mm-hmm. And I was going to say that, we'll get nowhere if we're talking about exceptions. So proceed. You are correct.
Okay.
I apologize.
Would you like to talk about the exceptions now, though? So, okay. But guys,
it's not as fun.
I think guys have friendships that are shallower than women do. If I call another human being my friend, they know a whole lot about me. They're in my inner circle. And everyone else, I'm like, I'm friends with her, but it's not really my friend, right? And I have a lot of guys in that circle. A lot of guys in sort of the outer circles, but my inner circle, it's women and gay men. Because there's a level of trust you have to have there.
I think we're getting a little hung up on the definition of friend.
Right. I know. That's what we're talking
about. Because I think that can be a lot of different things to a lot of different people.
Right.
And I have a lot of friends, and I have my close friends, like my close buddies, and some of which are women, which maybe I have no business having that.
So you're saying,
go in reverse,
that you specifically, as an exception.
Yeah, I'm absolutely capable of it.
Wait. Okay. Can I just ask the question in reverse then? Do you think that Linda is the exception as well?
Yeah. Well, women we already established are more capable of it than men anyways.
Okay. So she can have male friends and you're cool with that.
Well, here's the thing. I am cool with it.
Okay.
At least I try to be. Here's the thing.
Whoa. You try to be? Okay, but tell me the thing.
Yeah, I do try to be because it's about all I'm really capable of. Mm-hmm. Linda, for those listening, don't know that she is hot as white fire. That is not an opinion. It is a fact.
It's a matter of opinion.
No, I know I know you get embarrassed.
What?
Okay, S, true or false? The woman across the table from you, hot as white fire. True or false?
True. Okay. Totally true. You know this.
It's
this
unanimous.
is true.
Anyways. My point is this. That really makes it more difficult, I think, for a man to be friends with Linda platonically.
I need wine.
Oh my God, the compliments. I can't take it. Where's the wine?
I love you, Diva. It's fine. All right. We almost drank two bottles. We got to get going.
Hashtag goals.
I know. Okay, so you think that it's harder for men to be friends with Linda because Linda is hot as white fire.
Well, I think it's easy for men to be friends with her because she's hot as white fire.
But not real friends.
Well,
if Linda had to move a couch, she's A-okay.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'd move a couch for Linda. I would move a couch for you.
Can you look at those eyes? What are we talking about?
Aw.
Now, I don't want to trivialize any of the friendships that Linda does have. Because, I mean, as beautiful as she is, she's got everything you want in a friend as well.
True. That's why we're friends.
But, yeah. That's not just the eyes thing you're telling me?
No. I mean, I do love her eyes. They're nice. She's got a nice rack, but
things could be worse.
It's the friendship.
And that wagon she's dragging? Don't get me started.
That's why we invite you on the podcast. The dick and the sing and the...
Yeah, I'm happy to help. I think you see my point, though. And I think it's something to be examined when people come along that want to be friends. And another thing that I did, have we completed that thought? Can we?
Well, no, because
I want to add a little bonus.
So why can you have friends then? Female friends.
Well, I would say that the only female friends that I have, I've had for a long time. And I've had before you and I were hanging out. I think that's something that should be taken into consideration.
Why?
Because
longevity matters.
Yeah, I would say so. And if nothing has happened with these women thus far, it's...
How does Linda know that, though?
Well, she can ask.
That's true. Ask Linda.
Go. I'm an open book.
I don't care. Be friends with them. I don't give a shit. That's the problem. That is my answer.
It's the other way that goes, right? Okay. So, query.
Go.
Where are the lines then that you would draw for your significant other in that friendship?
Okay. I'm going to try to answer that question. There are certain things that dudes know and recognize in other dudes that sometimes women don't.
Give me a for instance.
I can tell immediately if a dude has ulterior motives.
How?
Because it's probably something I've tried in the past.
It's in a deep throat, Spidey sense.
Yeah, right.
He's like, oh God, is he throwing? I'll help you check your oil?
Yeah.
Why now? No.
Way before we started dating, you put windshield wiper fluid in my car.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's because you're so hot. I didn't know I'd fall in love with you.
He just wanted to get it in.
And how? It's a timely reference. And how?
Okay. So the line that you draw is based on what? Is this line movable because you're putting yourself in a position?
I don't draw lines. I think it's reckless to operate that way. I do things case by case. I don't like having standards and principles and hard lines on shit.
You don't like having principles?
I'm sorry. No,
sorry.
I definitely misspoke.
Black and white principles of
Yeah. I
don't think that's the right word.
I think I like to try to take the time to examine each situation for what it is.
Okay.
I think it works better, yields better results for me.
Okay. So this is the $1 million question that I have with all of my sort of girlfriends.
Okay.
What if the opposite sex friend is an ex?
Well.
I know, right? I have very, very, very solid, concrete opinions about this. So I want to see if you agree with me, Deep Throat. Maybe we have some common ground here.
It'd be nice to have some, huh?
Well, I'm teasing. We used to until today.
This is unique.
We both think that Linda is hot as white fire.
There we go.
I'm just sitting here drinking wine.
Good job.
And you look great.
I have to marry him now, don't I?
No, no, you don't. You sure don't.
Yeah, think of the tax benefits, It's about it, though.
Dental. Do you need dental?
Yeah, off you go. Anyway, an ex.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's ever worked in the wild.
It doesn't work, right? No.
I believe that doesn't work. That doesn't work.
We're all in agreement.
No.
Okay, we're going to sing Kumbaya.
All right, that's all, you guys. Great show.
Let's look out.
People in the booth, good job. Sounded great.
I know, we lost
We'll
one
see you
person.
next
She might
week.
be
You can start
sleeping.
that music.
No. We're
Austin.
not done.
I'm joking. I don't call shots around here.
Austin does think it's possible to be friends, just because so that our audience knows we did pull him over in the booth, and he thinks that we can be friends.
That's adorable, Austin.
I know, he's so young.
Aw.
He's so young and naive. So yeah, okay. So you don't think that you can be friends with an ex?
No. Well, not if you're expecting to have a healthy relationship with someone else.
Good. I agree. Linda?
I agree.
Uh-huh.
I think if anyone could, my ex-husband and I could. But it still gets weird because even
Mr. Scheduler?
Yes, but even
Captain Spreadsheet?
I
He
don't
wears
think,
a cape.
You put the friendship in the spreadsheet today.
I don't think jealousy is the right word.
What?
I don't think jealousy is the right word, but since my ex-husband had a new living girlfriend,
Yeah.
like I am just more angry. Like I don't like her. I don't want to get to know her. I don't want to talk to him, like less and less.
Why though? Is it the relationship with him or with your kids?
Well, he'll talk to me less and he'll communicate with me less and less about the kids.
Oh,
now
girl, that
because
bitch is going to
her.
show up at the goddamn Christmas party at school, and you're going
I
to
have
fucking pull her
opinions.
hair.
Yep.
Pull her hair.
That's what I'm saying.
And
And it's not like I want my ex back. It's not like but I want to have that cordial friendship type of relationship, the co-parenting relationship. And it's like not possible because a new girl is around.
Can
and
I call you out a
always
little
around.
bit?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is that okay?
Fuck, I don't care.
I feel like this is couples therapy.
It's getting that way, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it.
I've also seen you have a lot of trouble, and rightfully so, in my opinion, when he makes concessions for her or makes decisions regarding her that he was unwilling to with you.
That's true. It's like now she has the life with him that I wanted to have with him that would have made
And
for
he
a
wasn't
very happy
willing.
relationship and marriage. Yeah. And he wasn't
he didn't
willing
even-
to do it.
She didn't even spawn his seed. You did.
Yeah, like the little small gestures of love, the tiny little gifts.
Well,
the
that's because he fucked it up
affections,
hard and he lost his white fire beauty, and now he knows he can't fuck it up again.
Yeah, and now he takes her on vacations.
Or
and they have
he's
all these
learned-
things, and
Or he's learned and evolved.
Once
So-
bit, twice shy.
Well, I mean, you fuck up, you tend to learn something.
Hopefully.
so I can't even be friends with my robot ex-husband.
You could just get a new program. Okay, so
Download something from a torrent.
yeah, right. Okay, so you can't be friends with exes. How about opposite sex friends? What are the lines you draw with texting? Go ahead, Linda. I'm going to make you go
Oh.
first.
These rules have to apply to everybody.
Well, I mean, ideally, yes.
Or just your
Or just
opinion of them.
yours.
I'm just thinking if somebody texts me, I can text them back. I can have cordial, meaningless text conversations. But no, not meaningless. It has to have a purpose. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I don't think these things are a big deal. I got to be honest.
So you're okay with
I'm trying to make
unlimited,
them like be a big deal.
unfettered texting? What if you're like spooning in the middle of the night and Deep Throat reaches over you and picks up his phone and like texts his work wife? You don't have a work wife as an electrician. He's probably a dude.
I do, but he's not very attractive.
What is that?
Gym wife.
Oh, a
He's
gym
got
wife.
like 3 of them.
Okay, so text his gym like, it'll be great. You have 3 gyms.
See, I just wouldn't really
You're
care.
a gym
Like,
polygamist.
but I know those women, and I do trust those women.
Okay.
Now, if I were to ever,
Are they all straight?
mm-hmm.
I know one who's
Well, yeah, I do know one time, not to.
Mm-hmm.
So do you.
only one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for a fact.
Some of those women are beasts. Work out all the time. They're so strong. They're stronger than most men I know.
Yeah, they fucked me up at that gym.
Yeah.
Good thing you said up.
Yeah.
He almost admitted to something.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Whoa,
No more
get
texting.
married. No, I know, right?
Yeah, see, I feel like I'm not a jealous person. I'm pretty chill
You
about
are
that
not.
stuff.
You're
I am
definitely
not either. I'm
I-
actually not jealous. I just think, I assume that every dude I know is out there trolling. I just assume it. And that may be why I'm jaded. I'm not a jealous person though. I don't get like my ire up. I don't want to, I certainly don't, hate the other woman. Like, you can have them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? So what do you think of texting? What if Linda was texting? You have a work husband? You work with women.
Right. I do. Yeah, I don't know. Just say like someone I see at work.
But not an ex.
With.
Okay. Like a client or something.
Yeah.
I would think it would be weird if like I didn't know this person.
Especially if it was after 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What would you say?
I'd ask her, like, I would just,
Tony's up to no good, don't you think?
Yeah, I would probably announce that. No, I mean, if something smelled, I'd probably say it, but
Could
you
where do you
she'd blame it on me.
Could you tell from a text that there were ulterior motives because it's something you've tried before?
Okay, what does a guy with an ulterior motive say in a text?
I don't know. It's very situational, I guess, like when I tend to notice it. If it's...
Want to change your wiper fluid?
Yeah, can I get you some wiper fluid? That old trick works every time.
How about a Rain-X? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Smear that on. What was your question?
So when do you think that it's an inappropriate? When is a guy hitting on your woman? I mean, it's after 9 p.m.
When is it evident that he's hitting on her?
Yeah. Or he has ulterior motives.
That it is hard to nail down because I do try to be very situational about things. But I would say, like, if I don't know the guy, if he's single, if he has a history of being slimy,
even if he's married, though, come on.
If he's on the outs with his wife, if he's complaining about his wife to her, a lot of times that's a red flag.
Did you ever do that?
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Good. I like that you're honest.
Yeah, I'm not perfect by any means.
None of us are, my friend.
No.
Okay, so what if they are, because you ask your lady for some selfies every once in a while. What if they ask for selfies?
Wait, what if someone is asking?
What if they're texting selfies?
Oh.
Like, here I am at the bar. Ching, ching. Sends it over to him. Is that go up a level?
Certainly. There's an intimacy to texting photos that I think is next level.
Okay. What do you think, Linda?
Yeah, it's not necessary. There's really no necessity of a conversation to be texting selfies to each other.
Yeah, there's no utility in it, but is it?
Although we do that. You and I ask.
We do, but that's different.
Yeah.
That's a little different.
It's probably, yeah.
It
starts to get a little sketchy.
Yeah, I think there's probably a motive behind that.
Okay, well, what if they masturbate to the selfies?
Okay, now are they filming the masturbation and sending that back?
Well, okay. Just masturbating to selfies, bad, good, bad sign.
What the
I can't say it hasn't happened.
What? Wait, so a picture of my face you have masturbated to?
No, not your face, but like home movies and stuff.
Oh. Home movie.
Austin. Make a little note. Might have to chop that.
Okay.
We got more of that one?
That's a definite no, right? A definite no on the masturbation to the selfies, correct?
Yeah.
That's a hard no?
Yeah, I would say that is a slight.
Okay, so how's that different than porn? How's that different than porn?
Because you know the person. There's an opportunity. There's a chance that you could hook up with that person.
Oh, true. They're they're in the realm.
Yeah.
So
they're gettable. It's like a joke that I've always told, like with, how people have like their list of celebrities they could hook up with if they had a chance to.
Yep.
My joke is I would just choose 4 women from my gym.
Right. Right.
To increase my odds.
Uh-huh.
They have to be famous. That's part of the rules.
They have to be famous or otherwise notorious. You can't just pick for or your next door neighbor.
It's a joke. I say that for humor.
I know.
Oh, I remember. Young lady.
So,
Linda.
Is there something I don't know about?
We can say that for another podcast.
Yeah, it's a different episode.
Okay, good. All right. So masturbation to selfies is a hard no. That's good.
Yeah.
And that's different than porn because you don't know the porn star people. You're totally okay if Linda has the porn going on, right?
No, yeah, I don't mind that. There's an intimacy. I think the biggest factor in this is the level of intimacy that it spawns.
Mm-hmm.
I think that really makes...
There's no intimacy in the porn.
No, not the type that I'm speaking of.
Uh-huh.
Deep Throat, do you think if we broke up, we could still be friends?
God, no.
No, right?
No.
No, you couldn't still be friends. I could be friends with Deep Throat, but I would have to,
I wondered and I questioned and it worried me, but
You did worry about that.
Yeah, but now that I know for sure, I have to end up marrying this guy, don't I?
He loves it. He loves a
I would
good wedding.
never stop trying to get after Dad.
I'm going to be in the wedding. Oh my God. It's going to be so cute.
You going to wear the tux?
No, I'm going to wear a slutty dress.
Oh, that's right.
That's what you wear at a second wedding.
Sorry.
What color do you want?
It's got to be down here. Well, I don't look good in yellow because I'm just not looking. I can't.
That's like my least favorite color. I wouldn't do that.
Okay, well, whatever you want to put me in, I don't care. Just got to be, We have some well-endowed friends. It could be hilarious.
Or are they friends now?
Funny. If I'm the one with the smallest boobs in the whole place, that's like never happened to me in my life.
Well, let's see.
Wait, that took me a minute to get that. You should have gone on Girls Weekend up north.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
S didn't have her shirt on the whole time.
Who's that?
S.
Oh, S hates shirts, I'm told.
Yeah.
That's such a lie. Uh-huh. They made me take the bed, though. They made me take the bed that required a ladder to get into. And I was like, I'm going to just pee the bed up here because I was too scared to climb on the ladder at like 3 a.m. after a night of binge drinking.
Not a bunk bed, like an entire loft.
It was a
bedroom.
loft.
Yeah,
and it was like a ladder.
Yeah.
It was huge. It was like 20 feet in here. And rickety, it would shake.
This is like a log cabin.
Yeah.
The liability insurance must be crazy.
And then as soon as she went up there was a bearskin rug on the ground with like claws. Like, right, that's what you walk into is you step on the bear's foot.
Yeah. It's totally scratchy.
And I can only assume that on your way up the ladder, you're face to face with said bear.
True.
Or you ass to face.
But no, you're face to face. And the bed, we're a total tangent. Okay, the bed was like a trampoline. It was the tiniest bed I ever saw.
I was sleeping underneath you.
It was like bouncy, and I'm like, I'm really up here all by myself, I swear to God.
Every time you would move, it's true though. I was in the bedroom below you on the first floor.
Yeah.
And I could hear, wee. Every time you made the slightest move. It's fantastic.
Every time I wanted to get rid of the shit I had up there, I just throw it over the edge.
I actually thought about going up there at like 3 or 4 a.m. just so I could wake you up and be like, let's just bounce on this bed together and fuck people up.
Yeah, men and women are different.
We were up there one night, one of the 2 nights. We hung out there because everybody else fell asleep. Do you remember that?
No, we were on the couch on the first floor. I would not climb up that ladder.
You did climb up the ladder. You were on the phone with Deep Throat. You don't remember.
She called me in some rare form.
I know.
Yeah.
Do you remember this?
No.
It was a safe place. We were at a cabin. No one was driving. We sat around a fire. We got super drunk, and then we went back in. And yes, you did come up to my loft.
That conversation started with her wandering around outside. I'll have you know.
Yes. Do you remember that?
No.
You were spinning blank tape. Like I could tell by our conversation.
Yeah.
So what happens on Girls Weekend ends up on the podcast? Is that what you're saying?
Was the Girls Weekend in Vegas is the question.
You've got nothing to be ashamed of. You were with your friends. It was fine. We had a lot of cheese.
We did.
We had so much cheese. And had fires and got drunk and called it a yoga Girls Weekend. But there was no yoga.
Do you want to know what I referred to that weekend as to my friends in Linda's absence?
Okay. I do want to know, but I don't know what it is.
Scissor Fest.
There was no scissoring that I remember. I don't remember any
I
scissoring.
Clearly don't.
There was very little scissoring.
I know. But you can think about it as all the scissoring in the world. As long as it's permission to go and bring all the cheese. So,
if you can have these daydreams about my girlfriends on a weekend, who knows what you're doing at home? I can have one man friend that
she has lunch with one time a quarter month.
She does.
Yeah. Austin, do you want to be friends?
He does.
All right.
You're paying for lunch, bro.
She doesn't need that much. It's okay.
What?
So, but it's interesting because I mean, I know this podcast is about toxic relationships and narcissists and people with bipolar disorder and all the access B or access 2 personality disorders. The one thing that I learned in being in a relationship with somebody like that is when you need that supply, you see the whole world of like opposite sex people as a source of your supply. And so, there's the healthy relationship and whether you can be friends with men and women. But when you're in a relationship with somebody who has like an access 2 personality disorder, they cannot have male or female opposite sex friends. They can't. Because they view the world as a source of like sexual supply and somebody that they can manipulate, or they're spies in the ranks, right? They're always evaluating their group of friends and who is in their circle as the next prey in case the current one runs out, because eventually they always do. Unless they're the Susie who sticks around forever, they eventually will leave, and they have to have someone to back that person up immediately because they can't go 24 hours without that narcissistic supply.
Can I just make one quick point about what you just said?
Mm-hmm.
You described men the exact same way earlier in this podcast.
Okay,
Almost
what do you
verbatim.
think that means? What do you think that means? What do you think that means? I don't think so, though. I think there are men who, the difference between like, the narcissists and those people with the personality disorders in the 98% of the population who doesn't have them is the willingness to act on it. So when you have someone who has a personality disorder, they cannot control that impulse to act on that behavior. They have to constantly be trying to put their dick in it, to try to get that source of supply to give them positive feedback. Whereas 98% of dudes and women and people out there who aren't sociopathic, it's in the back of their head and they're thinking, maybe that could happen. But they're not going to act on it. They're not going to act on it because they realize and understand the price they have to pay to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's irrational.
It's rational thinking. It's not just who can make me feel better about myself in this very moment.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Important distinction to make.
Don't you think?
Yep.
You're not a narcissist, deep throat.
Thanks.
Yeah. No, your ex-wife or one of them maybe.
Holy hell. Yeah. Trouble.
So we can end our podcast again, as we normally do with our girl crushes, but you're not allowed to have a girl crush. You have to have a man crush because you're a dude.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to make you go first.
I have questions.
You go ahead.
Don't overthink it.
Can they be alive or dead?
Of course.
Yeah.
They can be fictional or real.
Okay. Then I made my choice, but I have to point out one thing.
Okay.
This is less because I'm led to believe that I also have to say what our date would be like.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I am choosing this person because I want to have a date with them, not that I have a man crush on this person.
A man crush just means you want to be buddies.
Well,
Yeah.
I understand, but once you hear it, it'll be an important distinction.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
It's happening,
Wow.
This is happening.
Okay.
You want to take back the narcissist comment you made to him?
Listen, come on. Unfair.
He didn't say God.
Unfair, Linda.
He didn't say the Holy Ghost.
No, but if we're I want answers.
Jesus.
So okay. Well, I'm gonna one up you right now because I actually think like Jesus of Nazareth would be a cool dude to hang out with if you could get like a snapshot in history, 24 hours. That'd be cool, right?
That's what I'm talking about.
Like Loaves and Fishes Day for sure, right? So,
or what is that book?
There's a lot of them.
What
It's
not
the Bible?
The Bible. The fictional book that has like Jesus growing up.
Yeah,
with
it's Christopher Moore.
what?
Lamb.
It's such a good book, and it
That
talks
is a good
about
book.
how
Really
they
good.
like would think like Jesus. It's a fictional, but like Jesus and his friends growing up and doing all the things, and
It's all of what would be the missing chapters of the Bible, like Jesus' adolescence and all that stuff. And,
The Apocrypha or before pre-Apocrypha?
yeah. Yes. But just to clarify, like I'm not talking like from a religious standpoint or anything dogmatic, but I mean, if I did have that wish.
Plus, you could be like, are you really the Son of God? Tell me the truth. I got to go back and tell people.
We would start there.
Right? Like level with me, Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Don't fuck this up, Jesus. We got 24 hours and we're going to be busy. You understand me?
The fishing's going to be fun.
Yeah. Oh, man, we crushed it.
Best day ever. No one will believe you.
Oh, we caught our limit. It was amazing. It didn't even need a boat. Just walked right up.
Okay. So you would go
Is that
fishing
ridiculous?
You would go fishing with Jesus. What would you ask him?
Oh, gosh. I would like to just be like,
can men and women really be friends?
yeah, I'd start there. I'd start there.
You would say, no, my son.
Yeah. I don't know, like the usual shit, like, you know, did you really have the influence that you did? And like, if you did,
how does he know?
What was your motive?
How does he know?
Just before he's about to go.
You think he's like a Gandhi? Oh, so you're not going to go like Sermon on the Mount Day. You're going to go on Crucifixion Day.
Yeah.
That's tough. That's tough to watch.
That's when you can get the most information, though.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm pragmatic about this.
I guess so. Wow. You can write like the life of Brian. All right.
It was either that or Jordan Peterson. So I thought that it would be more interesting.
Oh, Jordan. I just heard about him today.
Oh,
Hey,
really?
don't believe the hype. Dude is legit.
Yeah.
Is he really?
He is
Yes.
pretty legit. And I was on the fence for a very long time, but I would say I agree with more than what I disagree with when it comes to him. We saw him
He's brilliant.
speak live a couple years ago.
Yep.
No,
Not
but
to be confused with Jordan Peele,
Correct.
who's also
Brilliant.
brilliant.
Yeah, we can agree on that as well.
You're looking at me.
Uh-huh. Wait, you have all your questions answered? You're going to go there on Crucifixion Day. You're going to get all of the questions answered about whether he is who he says he is.
Yeah, and like,
Does he really want to start a whole religion? And if so, how does he feel about Donald Trump?
yeah, that certainly, obviously, Trump's going to come up.
Right.
And also, like, you know, if he is omniscient,
Mm-hmm.
I would take full advantage of that and say, did people fuck it up, or is this really what you wanted?
Mm-hmm.
And depending on that, we would either high five or I would choke him out.
He's going to say they fucked it up.
I think that's probably a likely answer.
Okay. All
Again,
right.
not being a religious person.
That was heavy and deep.
Yes,
Yeah.
sorry.
Good job.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Okay. So, Linda,
Well,
mine is going to sound so shallow now, by the way.
I was going to say, I almost changed it to Mary Magdalene real quick just to be like,
Fist bumps.
going along, we talked about When Harry Met Sally. I brought it up. I love the movie.
Yeah.
Right? They talk about can men and women really be friends? I will choose my woman crush to be Meg Ryan's character in that movie, Sally. Here's why. She started the movie as a naive person.
Mm-hmm.
She was just graduating college, and she was moving halfway across the country to start a journalism career. And every time you kind of meet her throughout the movie, it's 5 years later, and she has developed her career, developed her life, her style, her apartment, her relationships. And you meet her 10 years after the beginning of the movie, and she had just ended this relationship and she was broken up.
Mm-hmm.
But handling it like just very well, right? Like she's a respectable woman throughout this who uses humor and friendship to go through her trials. And
It's almost like a movie.
right? It is.
I'm sorry.
But she's my crush. I'm using it today, and I can, and I will.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Yeah. Look who's talking, Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus again.
So
I was chiming
that's
in.
it. And then what we would do. She lives in New York City, so she would show me around New York City. I've never been there, and I would love to. I would love to take a walk around Central Park.
I'll take you around Central Park.
Can you?
Hell yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You can go visit my gay.
All right, let's go.
Scissor Fest in New York.
This is why men and women can't be friends. It's just normal hanging out.
I'm teasing.
Yeah, that's what they all say. Just kidding.
And we just crack the kind of jokes. We would talk the way they talk in that movie, that fast humor, that wits. Rob Reiner's amazing.
You could
writer,
hang with
director.
that wit too.
Would you fake an orgasm?
Oh, I've never done that.
Almost caught in a lie.
Sure, I would do that in a restaurant just for fun.
Yeah, I tried to do that for the first time in a restaurant.
Have you ever faked an orgasm deep throat?
Yes, twice.
Twice. You remember the
Twice.
times.
Mm-hmm.
It was 1997 and 2002.
Autumn.
Come on, let's hear it.
My girl crush is, this is weird, and it's not
Shallow. Everything
nearly
I
as
say
heavy
is shallow.
as deep throats.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. I mean, I could go with some sort of philosopher, but I'm not going to do that. Or Mary Magdalene, which I'm also not going to do. I'm gonna
I feel like a dick now. Can I retake that?
Yeah, you want another one?
Uh,
You want to go around? I'm going to go with Taylor Swift.
Woo!
I fucking love her.
I don't know why I just wooed. I know nothing
You
about her.
love Taylor Swift. Here's the thing, okay? She dances like a stupid asshole. She's a dick. She's mean. She's rude. She's like 9 feet tall. But she's the best fucking songwriter of her generation. And I'm not even lying, right?
Do you want to know why I'm happy that you said this?
Why?
Because I said Lizzo like a few
Yeah.
episodes ago.
Listen,
Oh my
I just saw
God.
Lizzo in Hustlers. She was stripping and holy fucking shit. Rock on Lizzo.
Yeah, right.
when you saw her there, did she manage to talk out of key then too?
Really?
Go back to
Mhm.
Taylor Swift.
You're saying Lizzo's out of key.
Huh?
Lizzo's out of key or Taylor's out of key?
Lizzo.
Well, of course she
Sorry.
is. She's a rapper.
Okay. I didn't know.
I mean,
I didn't know you should do that.
I mean, well, you shouldn't, but you can.
Okay.
Really?
I'm just teasing.
Really?
No.
Okay. I mean, we can talk. Is Tupac always in key? I mean, he's dead now, but anyway.
Rest in peace, Tupac.
I'd make fun of him too, but go. Sorry.
I love Taylor. She is a fantastic songwriter. Her lyrics are amazing. If you don't believe me, just read the lyrics to Red, which it reads like poetry. It's amazing. Her song Red. She's a genius. And she pretends to be like this Visco girl. She pretends to be like a cheerleader, dumb.
I do
blonde.
appreciate that.
And I bet you do.
No, like,
but you know what I mean?
No, like when people like they're brilliant, but they don't like bring that to the forefront of everything that they do.
You're welcome.
She invites people. Good job.
Yes.
Good job, Whitefire. She invites people to underestimate her. But so because I work in a male dominated industry, last year, I think, or maybe it was the year before, when Rolling Stone's top 50 music or lyrics writers of all time, music writers of all time came out, I made a wager with every guy I work with. I'm like, Taylor Swift is on the list. They're like, no way.
Nice.
49. She was 49. She made it. I was like, God damn, I want 50 from you and 50 from you and 50 from you.
Nice.
Because she is. She's an amazing songwriter, and she makes no apologies for the fact that she's also basically a cheerleader. I think that's awesome. I love her about that. And if we went on a girl date, I think we would go out in LA and we would go to like some dance club and just get kicked out. Just get kicked out for being bitchy and terrible and 9 feet tall and awful. Do you remember when she presented an award on MTV Music Awards with Bruno Mars, who's
No.
5'4"?
I don't.
And she had heels on?
No.
But
I'm
she
gonna-
must have been 6 foot
It
at
was
least.
it was the best. It was the best. She looked like an Amazon and he looked like a
Aw.
little tiny boy. It was great.
Nice.
I know.
It's
But I like it.
adorable.
I love that she makes no apologies for who she is. And all of her lyrics are raw and very original. And she doesn't think you can be friends with boys either.
She's jaded.
We are all simpatico.
Also, no, she's also very, very, very jaded.
She is too young to be jaded. But
She is
very
jaded.
jaded.
Uh-huh.
I imagine that lifestyle and career could probably do that to you.
I just remember hearing
True.
she's already pretty much a cat lady. Like takes photos on her
Can
Instagram.
it go any
is
other way though? Like honestly, can
just
it?
her with cats.
Please tell me yes. I hope
but
so.
no, I
it's
mean,
gonna be okay. Yeah, hey, have Austin quick
I
yell
don't
what
even
his
like
dude
cats.
crush is. Austin, dude crush.
Who's
you
your
were
dude
in on
crush?
this last week.
Yeah.
This
No,
week.
who's yours this week? You have a new one? He just cursed.
I know. We just
you can't say
really-
Jesus. I'm just saying. It's taken.
I'm beginning to like Austin joining us.
I know. Ooh.
Oh,
Boom.
yes.
Pretty hate machine, baby.
That's true. More so than Billy Corgan from last week? They are.
Yeah, they are.
Of that generation, for sure.
Very
I'd agree.
cool.
I grew up on that, and I
did
concur
too.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Well
because
done.
we're the same age, Deep Throat.
And,
And Austin and I are the same age.
what would your date with Trent Reznor be?
Why? Okay, so they can't
Fair
hear
enough.
him. Pro wrestling match is his answer.
Oh, is that right?
They can't hear him. Yeah.
Can you double your track in?
So we're gonna have to repeat what Austin says.
he said Trent Reznor was his man crush, and they would go on pro wrestling
That's pretty
because,
badass.
and he chose Trent. In fact, because
Your phone again.
whose phone?
We're not editing this
Linda?
out anymore.
No.
Linda, enough with the phone.
Come on,
We've
stop
talked
blaming
about
me.
this.
We can't be friends. You're a dick.
Wait a minute.
We're fighting.
Isn't there
That's
like an
not-
old ass 90s rap song like if we can't be lovers, we can't be friends? Is there no
If
I'm
you want to
right.
be my lover, you've got to get with my
Spice
friends.
Girls.
That's different. You're right. I fucking love Spice Girls. Never mind. They're my favorite.
Yeah. Austin fed me that lyric. I didn't know it.
This was a great episode.
It
I
was a
think.
great episode.
Well, I mean, we had fun
Well,
with it.
what is the answer? Can men and women be friends? Like
Yes.
friends.
I still think yes, under the right circumstances. It can happen. You can't blanket statement say no. So, yes.
I don't think you can blanket
Sometimes.
statement saying yes either. So perhaps.
What I hear you saying is only you can have female friends.
That's right.
But no one else is able to do it.
I am now actually starting to lean more into your camp where,
And you're referring to me, you nodded to me.
sorry, yes, into S's camp
Uh-huh.
of, I have female acquaintances, but
Female friends.
friends is a little bit different than
Yeah.
what I've experienced personally.
Mm-hmm. And if you were to have a female friend, it's because you wanted to like get it on. Or, historically, I mean,
Yeah, it's like when I was a single man.
uh-huh. Between all those getting married times.
Go fuck yourself.
I think we already talked about that.
Yeah, we did. I mean, I guess I'm just a shallow asshole. I don't remember having any female friends that weren't attractive.
Yeah.
When I was single.
That doesn't make you shallow. It makes you honest. I think you're right.
Well, it makes me something, but that is that was the case at a certain time in my life. And in fairness to myself, I was quite young when these sort of things were taking place.
Mm-hmm. Well,
You
good to
look
know.
skeptical, Linda.
That's okay. Well, thanks for joining us. I think this is an issue maybe we all sort of have to think about, but I'm still in my camp. I don't think that necessarily you can be friends, especially if they're an ex. Definitely not if they're an ex, correct?
Not if they're an ex.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. You can check us out on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter if I get on that
And coming
website.
soon, YouTube.
I heard all about that.
Yes.
And then,
It's being worked on.
And we're available on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and maybe YouTube soon. I still want a cartoon of me talking into a microphone. Can work it out there. It'd be great.
Yeah, okay. Got
I'll
it.
speak to our producer.
Okay.
All right.